Get together a foursome, they could sure use your participation. This afternoon, I have something a little different here. This is called Browsing Old Cemeteries. And these are real tombstones. Obviously, some of them back a few years ago. But the first one on the list is for those of you from the East Coast. The guy's name was Harry Edsel Smith of Albany, New York. Born in 1903, died in 1942. And written on the bottom of his tombstone was, looked up the elevator shaft to see if the car was coming on the way down. It was. Here's another one in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. This is in the cemetery again. No name. Here lies the body of Jonathan Blake. Stepped on the gas instead of the brake. In Silver City, Nevada Cemetery, here lays the kid. We planted him raw. He was quick on the trigger, but slow on the draw. So you may be thinking about what you want to put on your own tombstone, I guess. And obviously, these were probably written by somebody after they passed away. Our speaker today will be introduced by none other than our member, John Coates.
Thanks, David. Our speaker today is Barry Goldwater, Jr. His great-great-grandfather came to this country from Europe over 100 years ago with a desire to reap the prosperity of this country, and he had a lot of determination which passed on through the family. In fact, his family has always been in business, and in the last generation or so in politics. In fact, Barry here served with his dad in Congress. I think Barry was from California, and of course his father was from Arizona. I'm going to keep this fairly short. Barry and his longtime friend John Dean wrote this book that he's going to talk about today and giving his life experiences, and I think you'll find it entertaining. And he'll have some available, and he'll sign them up here afterwards. You usually go for about $27, I think, but he's got them today, $15 if you'd like one. And earlier this year, he was up at the library and gave two presentations, one to our patrons and another one to some of the Kiwanis members. And David asked me to invite him to the club today, and so we're very happy to have him. And I'd like to cut my time short and turn it over to Barry.
Well, thank you, John, and thank you for inviting me to share lunch with the Kiwanis Club. I called John. I started having second thoughts about coming today, and it's a long ways up here, and I've already been up here 3 times and guest with Chris at the library, or twice, and I said, I called John. I said, John, I'm not feeling well. He said, what's wrong? And I said, well, I'm suffering from anal glaucoma. John said, well, I've never heard of that. What's anal glaucoma? I said, John, I just can't see my ass being here today. But you live in a great secret. This is a beautiful community, and having grown up in Arizona, I have always had a passion for the beauty, the serenity, and the nice people that live here. But you know something, it's almost like yesterday that I remember it was almost a whole day trek to get up here. And, if you blinked your eyes, you went through town. That just goes to show you just how fast life goes. It's kind of like a roll of toilet paper. When you get close to the end, it just goes real fast. But I appreciate the work of the Kiwanis Club. This is an amazing club, almost 300 members, and listening to all the scholarships and the work that you're doing, you've got to be very proud of that. But I noticed also that you guys, most of the people here are probably close to my age, and I will only remind you to be nice to your children, because they're the ones that pick out the nursing home. I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in the country today, and I got to tell you that this is not going to be a political talk, but I want to let you know that it will be a philosophical partisan talk. I don't hide, and the Goldwaters don't hide their beliefs and what they believe in. But you know something? That's what the great thing about this country is we have the freedom to debate and express our views. And it's for the rest of the world and the rest of the people to make up their mind who they believe. I have to ask the question or make a statement that is this country on the decline? Have we seen maybe our best days? I think the answer perhaps is yes, that we are headed in a slow motion spiral toward an attitude that is not healthy. It's not going to happen because of foreign competition. The demise of this country will not happen because of oil shortages or water problems or freeway congestion. It'll happen because we stop doing the things that made us great. Nations decline when they stop doing the things that made them successful. They stop doing the things that got them on top. It's kind of like the Olympic track and field champion who stops training, or the mountain climber who takes his oxygen mask off, or the man and the woman who stop loving each other. We are quickly discarding these policies and philosophies that we use to build and become successful. We see leaders of both parties trying to get us to discard these values that made this country great. Limited government, federalism, hard work, strong family unit, self-respect, self-determination, pride, ambition, and a marketplace free from regulation and taxation. These are the values that I'm talking about. And these are the values that are being shed by this country. Early Americans worked at creating wealth, not redistributing wealth. Charity came from the heart, not a government program. We ran our businesses without having to comply with an alphabet of regulatory regulations. Hard work was rewarded with satisfaction and pride, and instead of feeling entitled to free stuff, we felt blessed that we were free. Now, as John said, my great-grandfather came from Poland, escaping tyranny. They came to the United States to settle in San Francisco, went up into the gold fields. They went broke 3 times, eventually moving to Los Angeles. And then they were clothing merchants.